Namaste friends, my name is Samit Garg. Welcome to my channel VedicAstrology.com. Today in this video we'll talk about the transit of Ketu in Hasta Nakshatra. This is a very unique transit. This will actually activate 5 different planets. So we'll see what that means and how that'll play out. So this is going to take place from March 4th through November 10th. So let me share my screen. So this is what's happening. So Ketu will be in Hasta Nakshatra, and I'll explain how those 5 planets will be activated. So this transit is going to be from March 4th through November 10th. And that is based on the mean nodes. The true nodes, true position of the nodes is different. So as per true position, Ketu has already entered Hasta in February. But as per the mean nodes, Ketu will enter Hasta on March 4th and remain there through November 10th. So almost 8 months here. It's a very long transit, very important. This will activate a lot of things. And so first of all, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you get all the notifications. So in this intro section first, we'll talk about the energy of Ketu, the energy of Hasta, the Shakti, the meaning, the symbol, all of that. And we'll talk about a lot of remedies, actually, almost 9 or 10 remedies that we can do to enhance the power of this very unique transit. And that's the intro section. So that applies to all the signs. And then we'll talk about individual signs. So what's happening is, first of all, we're talking about the planet Ketu. Ketu is going to transit through the nakshatra of Hasta. Okay, that's the symbolism of this nakshatra here. You can see hand, and the idea is this nakshatra gives you the ability to gain what you're seeking and place it in your own hands. I'll explain what that means. So Ketu is in Hasta, and Hasta is ruled by the planetary ruler is Moon, as per Vimshotri Dasha. So that's a second planet involved is the Moon. And the deity for Hasta is Savitur, the sun god, the solar deity, right? So that's where the energy of the sun is coming in. Now, Hasta is entirely in the zodiac sign of Virgo, right in the middle of Virgo. So that's where the energy of Mercury is coming in. And starting May 1st, as soon as Jupiter enters Taurus, it's going to be trines to Ketu as well. So the energy of Jupiter will be there starting May 1st. So just after a couple months. So we'll have this energy of Ketu and Sun and Moon and Mercury and Jupiter. Very, very powerful, combination. And so what does all that mean? First of all, Hasta Nakshatra. The symbol is a hand. Okay, literally it's the hand, that's the symbol. So hand signifies the skills, hand signifies manifesting things, hand signifies literally like we can handle things. So this nakshatra will make a lot of things possible. You'll be able to handle difficult times. You'll be able to handle, a lot of things in your life. Based on which rising sign you are. So we'll talk about those in detail. So that's the symbology. The symbol is a hand. The ruling planet is Moon, so that brings in the subconscious mind, our feelings, our emotions, how we perceive everything. So this makes it a very, emotional transit that we will feel at the core of our being. Next, the deity, as I mentioned, is Savitur. So that's where the sun is coming. So what does sun, contribute here? Sun represents creativity. Okay, sun is the timekeeper. So this brings in the punctuality aspect, and so you'll have a lot of creativity and dharma and being on time, punctuality. And then once Jupiter will be in trines, so that'll bring in all the dharma and the rituals and practices and the righteousness. And this is all in the sign of Virgo, where Mercury is exalted. So the ruler dispositor is Mercury, and it is exalted. Okay, so there is Mercury is business and handling things, dexterity, and um, money is a big factor here. Either you'll receive money or you'll give money. We'll see about that. So either donation and charity, or you'll gain a lot of money depending on which sign, but also depending on other placements in the chart, but in the intro section, we'll discuss all of that. So the Shakti of this nakshatra, that's very important. We need to understand the Shakti of each nakshatra. That's how you want to learn the nakshatras. Shakti of Hasta is Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti. Okay, Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti. Hasta means hands. Okay, so that's so this is another symbology. So here you can see the solar deity, and the hands are making things possible, manifesting things, right? So Hasta is hands. Sthapaniya means to establish. Okay, so to establish something. So what we want to establish through through agama. Agama means rituals, practices, or skillful actions or traditional knowledge. All of that is agam, and Shakti is, of course, the power. So what all that means is, to summarize, this is the ability to gain what we are seeking and place it in our own hands, right? So that's the hands symbology, is the hands. Manifest things in your hand, creative ways, doing rituals and practices and traditional wisdom and knowledge, all of that. So that's the overall energy. And then this, of course, we're talking about the planet is Ketu, right? So Ketu stands for detachment. Ketu is research oriented. Ketu is intuition. Okay, Ketu is past lives, all of that. And Ketu is wisdom, deep wisdom, and going within and meditation. So this is a fantastic combination that I described just now. So ability to handle things, ability to create and manifest things through rituals, traditional practices, through skillful actions, through traditional knowledge, and doing it in a very punctual manner. So if you set some schedule during these 8 months, you'll be very punctual. You'll be able to keep up with the deadlines, and you'll be handling money. Okay, so either giving or receiving, and the focus is the hands. Okay, so like palmistry, juggling, artists, pottery, all of that, skills with your hands. And one of the big, the famous personalities who have prominent Hasta Nakshatra in their charts, one of them is Vivekananda. Okay, and the other one is Lal Bahadur Shastri. So this is a very intuitive, very exalted kind of a nakshatra. So now let's talk about the remedies what we can do. So this is the energy of Ketu plus Sun plus Moon plus Mercury, and starting May 1st, plus Jupiter also. So what things we can do? First is Ganesh mantra. Any Ganesh mantra, Bij mantra, the longer one, the Moola mantra. Second is for Ketu, big remedies, you can feed the dogs. Dogs are related with Ketu. I've explained this in my other videos. And also, if you haven't already, please watch my video on Jupiter, the transit of Jupiter through Taurus. That'll be very relevant for this video as well. So the first remedy is Ganesha mantras and then feeding the dogs. Next is offering water to Surya, because Savitur is the deity. So you should offer water to sun god in the morning. Then you can do Surya mantras, Surya Bij mantra, other Surya mantras, and also Gayatri mantra. Gayatri is Savitur. So Gayatri mantra, especially on Sundays. And then you can do Surya Namaskar. Anyway, you can honor the solar energy, the sun god. Then you can also do, there's a prayer called, you look at your hands in the morning and then say this prayer, Karāgre, Vasate Lakshmi, Madhye Saraswati, Mooley tu Govinda, Prabhāte Darshanam. So that's a prayer where we're honoring our hands literally. So because this is the nakshatra related to hands. Then you can do mudras. So I'll put this mantra in the description section. You can do mudras, different mudras, any mudras, Jnana mudra, and for your heart, and any of those mudras, especially, basically you're honoring your hands. This also represents spiritual creativity. So create something spiritual, very, very spiritual. That's a big remedy for this nakshatra. And literally, there's Ketu involved, there's Jupiter and Sun and Moon and Mercury. So we can say one of the remedies is work with your healing hands, or turn your hands into a healer. So you could do Reiki, you could do energy healing, you could do pranic healing. You could heal other people through your hands, using your hands. The next remedy is doing any kind of service, because this is Ketu in Virgo. Virgo is the sign of service to other people, and Ketu is also very benevolent, detached planet. So any kind of service, donation through your hands, like giving things with your hands, literally, that's the energy. That's the powerful remedy. And then there'll be also past life connections because we have Ketu and Sun, which is our soul, and Moon, which is the subconscious mind. All of that combined. So there will be some visitors from past life, or you'll get messages from past life. And so a big thing you can do is yoga nidra, channel the ancestors, okay, past life regression. All of those things are, so these are some of the 8 to 10 remedies that I described that everybody can do. So essentially this is the transit which will give you the ability to handle things, ability to create and manifest things through rituals and practices, traditional practices, through skillful actions and knowledge, and you'll be able to handle money. Okay, so this is the nakshatra of manifestation, and bring things that you desire into your hands immediately and completely. Okay, so right now it's the transit of manifestation. So make it happen. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. So we'll talk about all the 12 signs now, the specific energy of each of the signs. But this introspection, make sure you watch this in its entirety. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll talk about the 12 signs now. So first is the sign of Aries. That could be the Lagna or the moon sign. And so we're talking about the transit of Ketu in the nakshatra of Hasta. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you haven't already watched the intro section, please do that now, because we have talked about a lot of things in the intro section. One is more than 10 different remedies in for this transit, specific transit, and then how the energy of 5 different planets is combining in this transit. And also watch my Jupiter video that's in the playlist. That Jupiter's transit through the sign of Taurus. So that'll be applicable for this video as well. So this is the timeline for Ketu's transit in Hasta Nakshatra from March 4th through November 10th. This is a long transit, almost 8 months. So Ketu is going to be in Hasta Nakshatra, which is the planetary ruler for Hasta is Moon. So that's Ketu plus Moon. And then the deity is Savitur. So that's the solar deity. So that's the connection with the sun. And then this is, of course, in Virgo, so which is the ruler is Mercury. And then Ketu will be trines to Jupiter after May 1st. So until May 1st, this Jupiter's connection will not be there. So we'll talk about that, what that means. So for Aries, Lagna or Aries Rashi, Jupiter will be in the 6th house. So Jupiter is transiting through the 6th house. 6th house represents a lot of things, health, work, enemies, service, and loans and debts and pets and all of that. So we'll see what that all means. First of all, health. 6th house is very important house for health, for our Shadripus, the health issues that we bring upon ourselves because of our own actions, our own dinacharya, our own daily routine. So that's what the 6th house represents, the health. That's also the acute health issues and things like that. So first of all, this transit will give us the ability to handle things with respect to our health. We'll be able to create, some solutions. We'll be able to manifest a good health, whatever life we want, and bring it in our own hands. And so we'll do that through rituals and practice and some skills, skillfully and creative ways, especially using our hands and using traditional knowledge. So this is a great time to set up the health routines. And we've talked about more than 10 remedies in the intro section. Please watch that. In addition, for Aries specifically, set up some health routine. Okay, and you'll be very punctual. You'll be able to keep that routine because the deity is Savitur, which is all about, time, a timekeeper. So you'll be able to, set up some nice health routine and follow that through. So, and then second thing is the service. 6th house is connected with service, serving other people, volunteer, donations. Service is important. And, you could create some new, innovative ways of helping other people. through rituals, through practices, through skills that you already have, or new skills, through traditional knowledges. You use your hands, especially. Use your hands, let's say mudras, or do anything to help other people. Okay. Literally give donation with your hands, or give like money or food, things like that. So you'll be able to set up some nice routines to help other people. Third thing is your work. Sixth house represents our work, our job, which is usually 9 to 5 kind of a job, is represented by sixth house. So in your job, you'll be very creative. In your job, you'll be able to manifest things. You'll be able to bring results in your hands. You'll be able to create new projects, new things, new initiatives in your job. You'll be able to handle money in your job. So it's going to be financially, you can gain in your job. And then also, sixth house is the house of enemies and competitive exams and shadripus, the 6 weaknesses within, and also external enemies. So you'll be able to handle your enemies really well during this transit. And you'll be able to manifest, whatever reality you want to create for yourself, through your skills, through rituals, through practices. So a good time to handle the enemies, and through creative ways. The money part, so the sixth house is also the loans and debt. So highly recommend that you pay off any loans and debts, because you're using your hands. You're handling the money, which is Mercury is exalted here. Okay. So you want to pay off any loans or debts that you have. Sixth house is also our pets. So good time to sort of take care of your pets, and be very creative in helping them, manifest things for them and handle them with care. So just petting your dog or cat is a great remedy, because the deity is, the symbol is hands, and sixth house is the pets. So all of those things, so a lot of positive things you could do, and do that with a very spiritual mind, like doing through meditation and going within, and through using your intuition. In all of these remedies, in all of these things, use your intuition a lot, because that's Ketu. You could use past life messages from past lives. Okay. And do that in a detached fashion, because that's Ketu we're talking about. So a lot of good things for your health, for your work, job, 9 to 5 kind of a job, with respect to your enemies, inner enemies and external enemies, with respect to serving other people and volunteer, and with respect to loans and debts and taking care of those, and then also handling your pets. So those are all the sixth house matters that you can handle through this transit, a very powerful transit that will activate 5 different planets, especially after May 1st. So before May 1st, the first 2 months could still be a little bit more challenging, because Jupiter's grace, Jupiter's trinal aspect will not be there. But after May 1st, things will be much better. First 2 months, be cautious, do not ignore your health, because there could be some blind spots. That's Ketu. Sixth house is health. So there could be some blind spots, or maybe like headless mistakes, which shouldn't happen, because it's the sun and the moon and the Mercury also coming together. But still, there is a chance. And after May 1st, things will be much better. So this is for Aries, rising and Aries moon sign. We're talking about the transit of Ketu in the Nakshatra of Hasta from March 4th through November 10th. That's based on the mean node for Rahu and Ketu. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The next one we'll talk about is Taurus. So this is how it looks like. So we're talking about the transit of Ketu through the Nakshatra of Hasta. And that's going to be from March 4th through November 10th. And it's a long transit, 8 months long. And that's based on the mean position of the nodes, mean position of Rahu and Ketu. Okay, so for Taurus, Ketu is going to be sitting or transiting through the 5th house. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure you watch the intro section before you watch this section, because in the intro section, we talked about more than 10 remedies that you can do. And we've talked about the energy of 5 different planets coming together. And the other thing is, please watch my video on Jupiter's transit through Taurus. That is very relevant for this video. As you see here, Jupiter is in Taurus here. So this is the mean position of the nodes. And so what's happening is Ketu is transiting through Hasta Nakshatra. Hasta Nakshatra is the planetary ruler is Moon. So that makes it Ketu plus Moon. The deity is Sun, Savitur. So that's the solar deity. So that's the connection with the Sun. And the sign is Virgo. Mercury is exalted here. So Mercury comes into the picture. And after May 1st, Jupiter will be in Taurus. So it'll be trines to Ketu as well. So a lot of powerful planets coming together. And so the symbol of Hasta is hands. And so this nakshatra gives you ability to manifest things in your hands, bring those things in your hands. So fifth house is connected with creativity, right? So Hasta is a very creative nakshatra. Savitur deity is very creative anyway. So this is abundance of creativity, very, very powerful period for you to create some things, create things that will help other people, create things that will help your children, maybe create things with your children. Okay, so introduce your children to any skills with respect to the hands, especially could be palmistry, pottery, arts, any kind of skills with the hands, or even magic, being a magician. So those things will be very powerful. Talk to your children on how to handle money, literally, because Mercury exalted here, and it's the hands we're talking about. So you can, if your kids are not, adults yet, you can talk to them about how to handle money. Or during this transit, if they're grown up, they'll be able to handle money in very practical and mature fashion. So you'll be able to handle things with respect to your children if you've had some issues with your children, or in your romantic life as well. Okay, so you'll be able to handle things in a much better way. You'll be able to create some new things. You'll be able to manifest your desires, your things that you desire with respect to your children, with respect to your romantic life during this transit. And you could do a lot of rituals and practices, and using traditional knowledge. All of that is going to manifest. So this nakshatra is the nakshatra of manifestation. Fifth house is also the house of mantras. Okay, so and Ketu is a very deep spiritual planet. So excellent time to listen to mantras and or chant or sing if you do. Um, and fifth house is also related to sports. So getting into sports, or especially that involve hands, that'll be very, very powerful. And then fifth house is education as well. So wonderful time to get into some esoteric subjects, learn some deep sciences. Ketu is the research, right? Ketu is intuition. Ketu is detachment and past lives, all of that. So those things are a possibility. You could do those things with your children or with your romantic partner. Let's say do things, learn some past life regression, some intuition like hypnotherapy and things like that. All of those you can manifest during this transit with Ketu going over your fifth house. Now, a few things, one is if you are trying to have a child or a baby, you're trying to get pregnant or you are pregnant, be careful. You can do lots of Ganesh mantras, and I've given more than 10 remedies in the intro section. So listen to that. All of those will be very powerful and bring positive energies. And make sure you don't miss anything. There are no blind spots in terms of if you're trying to have a child. And so do some remedies for that, especially the Ganesha remedies. You can feed the dogs and some other things we discussed in the intro section. So that's the Ketu transit through the nakshatra of Hasta. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as I mentioned, please watch the intro section. We've talked about more than 10 remedies. So next we'll talk about the sign of Gemini. We're talking about the transit of Ketu through the nakshatra of Hasta. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel and watch the intro section. We've talked about more than 10 remedies there. It's very important. Then come back to this section. And so Ketu will be in Hasta from March 4th through November 10th. That's based on the mean position of the nodes. Okay, so for Gemini, Ketu is going to be in the fourth house. That's the transit through the sign of Virgo, Hasta Nakshatra specifically. And also after May 1st, Ketu will be trines to Jupiter. But before that, First 2 months, the Jupiter is still in Aries, so there won't be any connection with Jupiter. So we'll talk about that, what that means. And also watch the Jupiter, my other video, Jupiter's transit through the sign of Taurus. It's in the playlist, so you can watch that. So that'll be very relevant for this video as well. So first of all, Ketu in Hasta Nakshatra. Ketu itself, intuition and past life and research and detachment and meditation, all of that. Now, Hasta, the symbol is hands, right? So that means manifestation, skills with our hands, creativity, all of that, handling money, that's the Virgo. Handling money is very important. So this is the transit of manifesting things through creative ways, through rituals, through practices, all of that. So what this signifies for Gemini is you can manifest things with respect to your home, like home renovation, or for real estate also. Okay, so manifest things regarding real estate, regarding vehicles, anything to do with vehicles. And this is the time to go within and introspection and intuition, and find out what makes you happy. Make your home as a retreat center. Okay, and because Ketu is all about going within, Ketu in the fourth house makes you go to the source, the our lineage, our family history, and go beyond that, like who we are. So what makes you happy? What gives you inner happiness? So that'll be the key. The other thing is, with respect to your mother, very spiritual period, where you can develop a very spiritual bond with your mother. You can manifest things with respect to your mother. You can create some new things for your mother or with your mother together. Okay, and then you can also handle money with respect to your home. Maybe paying off some loans, or um, any financial transactions with respect to your home. So the remedy specifically for Gemini would be spend more time in your home doing spiritual things, doing rituals, doing traditional practices, learning traditional knowledge or wisdom. And then in general, of course, doing mudras and all of the remedies we talked about in the intro section. So for Gemini, this also means, because it's the Lagna Lord, right? So Ketu is in Virgo, ruled by Mercury, and the Lagna Lord is Mercury. So a very powerful transit. It'll consume your energies because your focus will be there. This is the sign of your Lagna Lord, and so you can focus on yourself and the fourth house. So a deep connection between your mother and yourself, between your personality and who you are, what gives you happiness. So organize some, like sangha or meetings or discussions in your home with spiritual people, and do things with your hands. Maybe fix things in your home. Okay, so that's the skills, or the using your hands. That's a great remedy for Gemini. Fix things around house using your hands, like not hiring somebody, but try to fix things on your own. Do some artwork, painting, learn some skills sitting at home. Even like painting your room, painting your home yourself is a wonderful remedy for this transit. So this will manifest a lot of things for you. You can create a lot of things in your home. Big on creativity. Okay, so all those are the indications for Gemini. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and watch the intro section if you haven't yet. Next, we'll talk about the sign of Cancer. This could be your Lagna, rising sign, or it could be your moon sign, Rashi. So for Cancer, as you can see, Ketu is going to be in the third house. So we're talking about the transit of Ketu in the nakshatra of Hasta. It's a very long transit. It's going to be over 8 months, March 4th through November 10th. And this is based on the main position of the nodes, main position of Rahu and Ketu, because they keep going back and forth. First of all, you should also watch my other video on Jupiter's transit in the sign of Taurus. That is very relevant to this video. And secondly, please watch the intro section before watching this section, because we have talked about over 10 remedies for Ketu in Hasta Nakshatra in the intro section that's applicable to everybody. And also we talked about the energy, how the energy of 5 different planets are coming together in this transit in the intro section. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon so you can get all the notifications. So Ketu in Hasta Nakshatra. Ketu is, of course, a very introvert, the planet of detachment and research and intuition and past life and deep meditation, right? Ketu is the best disciple. And so Hasta Nakshatra, the planetary ruler is the moon. The deity is Savitur, the sun god, right? So that's the moon and the sun connection. And the symbol is a hand. And the Shakti is Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti. Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti. I explained in the intro section. So essentially, we have in Hasta Nakshatra, we have the ability to gain what we are seeking, what we want, and place it in our hands, literally put it in our hands. Okay, so that's the whole energy of this nakshatra, but then a lot of other influences because it's in Virgo and Mercury is exalted in Virgo. So a lot of emphasis on money and exchange of money. Okay, so third house represents our courage, first of all. So Ketu in the third house does, give you this courage, but this is more like a spiritual courage, not like, fighting a war with the enemies without any purpose, because Ketu is a very dharmic spiritual planet. So you'll be able to handle any day-to-day situations, because third house is your day-to-day courage that you need to face the obstacles in your life, day-to-day life. Sixth house is the enemies like wars and stuff, but third house is more day-to-day issues that you face. So this transit will give you the ability to handle any of those stressful situations which require a lot of courage on your part. Second thing about the third house is communication. See, communication, the first 2 months you have to be careful, March and April. When Jupiter goes to Taurus on May 1st, then things will be much, much better. First 2 months, be very careful of what you're publishing, what you're writing, what you're sending out. And so also watch my other video on Jupiter's transit in Taurus. So the first 2 months, careful about communication and networking, and also sending out any messages and anything you do with other people. There may be some chances of like headless mistakes or doing things in haste. But you'll do good in learning skills. Third house is the skills, especially with your hands. Third house is connected with our hands, and Hasta literally is the hands, right? So this is fantastic placement, especially for Cancer, to learn some new skills. Okay. Um, and also literally handling money and dealing with siblings. You'll be able to have a better handle on your relationship with your siblings through this transit. First 2 months, again, be careful. After that, it'll give you more wisdom to act wisely in any of your dealings. Okay. So you'll be able to create a lot of things with your hands. You'll be able to manifest things that you desire, that you want. The third house is information, documentation, information, all of that. First 2 months, be very careful. After that, it'll be good. And through those documents and information and communication, you'll be able to achieve a lot of things. Third house is also short distance travels. So this is a really good transit to do a lot of things, accomplish a lot of things, manifest a lot of things within your city, within your area, by traveling, by meeting people. Connection is the key thing for the third house. Okay. All of that you could do through some kind of rituals or through traditional practices, through knowledge, wisdom, skillful actions, and you'll be creating a lot of things. That is Savitur. And make sure that you, in your short distance travels, you are on time, you are punctual, because Savitur, the deity, likes to be on time. The sun is always on time. So these are indications for the transit of Ketu in the sign of Hasta. in the nakshatra of Hasta. And it's all within the sign of Virgo, which is the exaltation sign of Mercury, right? So a lot of, and Mercury is the planet of communication and networking. So this is by far among the 12 signs, Cancer is the one that will flourish in terms of communication, business, dealing with the money, handling the money. And in terms of some additional remedies, in addition to what we discussed in the intro section, you could also do some things for your siblings. Maybe, share some wealth with them or create some things for them. Teach them some skills or learn some skills from them or learn some things together. Make things together, manifest things together, create some beautiful things together. So that's the energy for Cancer. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel and watch the intro section along with this section. Next one is the sign of Leo. Okay, Leo is a number 5 sign, and this could be Leo rising or your moon sign, which means Lagna or the moon sign. A lot of people still have questions. So this is purely based on the Vedic zodiac, not the Western zodiac. And you have to see other things in your chart, which dasha you're running, and how the other planets are placed. But this is generic guidelines for the sign of Leo. Before that, please watch the intro section, because in the intro section, we have discussed over 10 remedies for Ketu in Hasta. We have also discussed the energy of the 5 different planets being activated by this transit. So intro section is very important. And also watch my other video on Jupiter's transit through the sign of Taurus. That's very, very relevant for this transit, Ketu in Hasta Nakshatra. So Ketu will be in Hasta Nakshatra from March 4th through November 10th. And that is based on the mean position of the nodes, not the true position. Okay. So symbol of Hasta literally means hands, right? So it's all about using your hands, putting things in your hands. And the deity is Savitur, which is the sun god. So we'll talk about that. And sun is your Lagna Lord or the Rashi Lord, right? For Leo Rashi, Leo sign. So for you, all the remedies that we discussed in the intro section, especially the ones that are connected with the sun, are even more powerful. Okay. Lot of chanting of Gayatri mantra. And see, this chanting and actually saying out loud the Gayatri mantra, say in a group setting or doing yagyas, things like that, will be even more powerful, because this is the transit in your second house, which is the house of speech. Okay, so your speech, purify your speech, honor the sun god, and you'll get a lot of blessings. This will be extremely creative period for you, very creative transit, because your Lagna Lord is involved, and Lagna Lord is completely activated because Ketu is in the Hasta Nakshatra. The deity is the sun god, Savitur, right? Second house is also the house of our family wealth. So you will actually do things that will put money in your hands. You'll be able to handle your family wealth in a good way. You'll be able to create a lot of family wealth. You'll be able to manifest things. So one of the other good remedies for Leo would be do a lot of affirmations, do a lot of, like, you can manifest things through affirmations, through saying out loud, or, making promises, or just having these positive affirmations. Now, first 2 months, still be careful a little bit, because Jupiter will not be in Taurus until May 1st. So once Jupiter enters Taurus, then it'll be trines to Ketu. So you'll have the blessings of the Guru. But before that, until May 1st, Jupiter will still be in Aries. Okay, so first 2 months, be careful with your speech. Be careful, handling your family wealth. And the other thing that second house is about the food, the diet that you eat. Okay, so this is a great time to set something like your proper diet routine, how you eat, what you eat, when you eat. And so you'll be very successful, especially after May 1st. But before that, pay attention that you're not eating junk food. And because Ketu could also give you this careless attitude in dealing with things. But if you are skillful, if you're using traditional knowledge or wisdom, if you're using your hands and doing all the remedies we discussed in the intro section, this will be a fantastic transit for you. You could also be talking about the speech, webinars, talking about the energy of Ketu, the intuition. Use your intuition and you'll be able to mesmerize your audience through your speech. And do some research and be very detached with your family wealth. Be very detached with your food that you eat. Be very detached with your speech. And you'll get inspiration from past life to deliver speech. Even if, let's say, you're a yoga teacher. So in your classes, your speech will be coming from a place of intuition. It'll be coming from your past life experiences. Your speech will have that depth that will reach people at the very core. It will touch people at a very emotional level because Hasta is the planetary ruler is Moon. So Ketu and Moon combination, it's all about subconscious mind, reaching the depth of the emotional mind, how we feel things in our heart. So you'll be able to touch other people at a very deep level if you have this dharmic speech, and helping people create something beautiful, helping people manifest things. And do the same in your own life as well. You could also be teaching about how to handle wealth, because this is the house of wealth. So you can discuss, you can talk about wealth, how to exchange money, trading, financial transactions, all of that. So this is the overall picture for the sign of Leo. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel and watch the intro section because we have talked about a lot of remedies in the intro section as well. One other thing I forgot to mention is the Shakti of Ketu is Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti, which we discussed in the intro section, but a very, very powerful energy to bring things in your hands. So next we'll talk about the sign of Virgo. Okay, so we're talking about the transit of Ketu in the nakshatra of Hasta. And that will be from March 4th through November 10th. So it's a long 8 months transit, over 8 months. And that is based on the mean position of the nodes, not the true position. So as per the mean position of the nodes, Ketu will enter Hasta on March 4th. And if you haven't already, please watch the intro section. Very important because we talked about more than 10 remedies for Ketu and Hasta Nakshatra. In this section, we'll talk specifically about Virgo. And also in the intro section, we discussed how the energy of 5 different planets will be activated by this transit, Ketu and Hasta. So watch the intro section. Also watch my other video on Jupiter's transit through Taurus. That is very relevant for this video. So Ketu will be trines to Jupiter starting May 1st because Jupiter enters Taurus on May 1st. So things will be much more spiritual, much more expansive, and much more beneficial after May 1st. Before May 1st, the first 2 months, the month of March and April, you have to be careful a little bit. So a lot happening for the sign of Virgo. This is taking place in your Lagna or Rashi. Okay, Ketu is sitting here in the first house or the first sign. And Hasta, the planetary ruler, is Moon, and the deity is Savitur, which is ruled by the sun. So there's a lot going on. This is the sign of exaltation of Mercury. So Ketu's energy, Moon's energy, because of Hasta, Sun's energy, because of Savitur, and then Mercury's energy, because it's a sign of Virgo, and of course, Jupiter trines starting May 1st. So first of all, this transit overall, Ketu in your first house, in your Lagna, in your Rashi, will make you go within, introvert. So the best remedy for Virgo, of course, this remedy was good for all signs, is good for all the signs. We discussed in the intro section. But for Ketu, just go within. You have to be very, very focused on your spiritual progress, your own self-development, your personality. Develop your intuition. And you can bring those rewards, in your hands, literally. That's what Hasta does. Hasta means hands. Bring, ability to gain what you're seeking and place it in your hands. That's the energy. The Shakti of Hasta is Hasta Stapaniya Agama Shakti. Hasta Stapaniya Agama Shakti. So bring things that you desire, that you want, in your hands, literally, immediately and completely. That's the full meaning of Hasta. And how you do that? Through rituals, through traditional spiritual practices, through skillful actions, through traditional knowledge, through wisdom. And so you'll bring those things, you'll manifest those things in your hands, what you desire, what you want. Okay, so now you have to be careful what you want. Ketu in the first house is the want or the desire, or your focus should be self-development, your spiritual progress. Okay. Now, Lagna is all about you, but also how you can be of service to other people, because you have Jupiter sitting trines in the ninth house. So this transit, it's all about connecting with the source, where you came from, who you are, your position in the universe. Okay, all of that. Other thing is the big area is health. Focus on your health. You can literally take things in your hands as far as your health is concerned. You can handle all of this very gracefully in a very creative way. Savitur is a very creative deity. So you can be very creative and manifest things for your health, some new health routine, or some new affirmations. And those could be very esoteric means of improving your health as well, like more on the lines of meditation rather than the diet and exercise. Those are good, but in general, it's also a lot to do with your mind, subconscious mind, how you can channel that energy positively to improve your health, because it's the Ketu and Moon combination, which is dealing with the subconscious mind. So it's a very, very emotional transit. In other words, your mind is completely activated and taking place in the Lagna, that is your physical body as well. So mind and body are 100% in alignment. So this is it's like a triggering. This is a trigger point for you to trigger, as in your both mind and body are aligned. So you have this window of opportunity to grab and achieve and manifest things for your physical body, for your mind, for your entire life, because Lagna is kind of it affects your entire life, all areas of life. So that's the energy for the sign of Virgo. A great time to achieve, manifest, create things for your health, for yourself, for your personality, for your own progress, but also how you can help other people. Because Virgo, the sign of Virgo in general really loves to help other people. Service is a big theme for Virgo. So you can be of service to other people only if you are, you have a lot of things to give. If you have those skills, those qualities, if you have made progress on your spiritual path, if you can radiate light, then you can illuminate the path of other people. So focus on your self-development, and then the service part will be taken care of. Now, first 2 months, be careful because Jupiter's influence is still not there on your Lagna until May 1st. So there may be like pessimism or, just sort of like very detached attitude, or just sort of like loneliness and things like that may be possible. But remember, this is Ketu forcing you to go away from, go within, go away from this external materialistic world. So it's all good. It's making you realize who you are, your potential, your connection with the universe. So excellent transit. This is a golden opportunity to grab this powerful energy of Hasta and bring those rewards and things in your hands. Literally, that's the meaning of Hasta. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and watch the intro section because we discussed a lot of remedies in the intro section as well. Now we'll look at the sign of Libra, number 7 sign. So that could be your rising sign, Lagna, or this could be your moon sign, Rashi. You can look for both. So Libra, number 7 sign. So we're talking about the transit of Ketu in the nakshatra of Hasta. Hasta Nakshatra, the planetary ruler is Moon, and the deity is Savitur, the sun god. So that's the connection of Sun and the Moon. So that will take place from March 4th through November 10th. This is a long transit, so it's over 8 months. Okay, and this is based on the mean position of the nodes, the mean position of Rahu and Ketu. So as per the mean position, Ketu will enter Hasta on March 4th and remain there until November 10th, 2024. So pretty much the rest of the year until November 10th. Now, if you haven't already, please watch the intro section because we discussed more than 10 remedies for all signs. The remedies for Ketu in Hasta Nakshatra, how you can enhance that energy, enhance those blessings. And we also discussed how 5 different planets will get activated during this transit. So don't miss the intro section. And secondly, watch my video on Jupiter's transit in the sign of Taurus. That's going to be starting May 1st. So that video is out and you can watch it in the playlist on your top right. You can click on the playlist. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel so you can get all these useful videos and information. Hit the bell icon so you can get the notifications. Now, so first of all, the Shakti of Hasta it's the Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti. Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti. So essentially, the overall theme of this transit is you have the ability to gain, to achieve, to get what you're seeking and literally place it in your hands. Hasta, the symbol is hands. Okay, so it's the nakshatra of manifesting, it's the nakshatra of creation, being very creative. And so that's the energy of this transit. So Libra is number 7 sign. And it's this transit is taking place in your 12th house, the sign of Virgo. And as we know, Venus, the Mercury is exalted in Virgo. So Mercury is activated, Moon is activated because of the Hasta Nakshatra. Savitur is the deity, so Sun is activated. So those planets are activated. But for the first 2 months, Jupiter is not in the picture because Jupiter is still in Aries until May 1st. After May 1st, Jupiter will be trines to Ketu as well. So you'll have blessings of the gurus. You'll have more wisdom. First 2 months, there is more caution. We'll discuss what things you need to be cautious about. So 12th house is the house of subconscious mind. Okay, so Moon and we do have connection of Ketu, Moon, and Sun here in this during this transit. So really powerful time to connect with your subconscious mind and reach the soul because Savitur, through meditation, through deep meditation, yoga nidra, lucid dreaming, astral travel, energy healing, hypnotherapy, all of those, past life regression. Past life regression is, in fact, the most important thing, the most powerful thing you can do for Libra people because you'll naturally be connected. And when you do that before any session, anything you're doing, energy healing, past life regression, make sure you activate your hands. Just massage your hands. You do some mudra, honor your hands, chant the mantra I gave in the intro section. And so all of that will be excellent for you. Naturally, the portals are open for you, okay? The portals of other planes of existence are open for you. So be very creative, okay? And you can manifest a lot of things. You'll be able to handle, things related to the 12th house. Now, 12th house is also losses and expenses. So first 2 months, be careful. Because Jupiter's influence is not there. So you may make some expenses that are not needed, headless mistakes around your finances. Be careful. So one thing you can do, a remedy for that is you can, in fact, give some donations. Okay, so a good way of tackling any possible obstacles or issues is you do exact opposite of that. You do that voluntarily. Okay, so that's a good remedy for you, especially for the first 2 months. There's also connection with the sleep. 12th houses are sleep. So your sleep may be disturbed a little bit because you'll be, there's, pouring of excessive amount of energy. I shouldn't say excessive, but intense energy. You'll have access to other portals. Okay, so sleep may be impacted. So you can do foot massage your feet, the sole of your feet before going to bed. 12th house is the restricted places like retreat centers and hospitals. So you can volunteer at the hospitals and you can go to retreat, especially in a foreign country. pilgrimage. Those are really powerful remedies and excellent time for you to do that. You can also do like self-isolation, meaning just go on a retreat within your home, say, few hours you won't talk to anybody, or say for one day, you'll do your own silent retreat. Okay. There's also some hidden, things. 12th house is the house of hidden things. So that means there may be some blind spots, especially during the first 2 months. So be careful with that. Careful dealing with the foreigners the first 2 months, but after that, you'll have a lot of even financial gains through foreigners. Okay. This nakshatra is all about handling money. Okay. Hasta literally put things that you desire in your hands. And one of the big things, big areas is money, because it's the sign of Virgo, ruled by Mercury, which is exalted in Virgo. So, in other words, to summarize, a great time to manifest money with respect to foreigners. From the foreigners, gain financial gains through foreign countries, transaction with the foreign people, or even studying the esoteric subjects like astrology, palmistry, things like that. So those will be really good for you. And overall, do a lot of rituals, spiritual practices, and learn esoteric wisdom. Find out the secrets of the universe. Both your 8th house and 12th house will be activated after May 1st. That's all about hidden secrets of the universe, who you are, your connection with the universe, and travel to the other planes of existence. One other big area is the ancestors. You have this potential. This transit will trigger, this will activate your connection with the ancestors. You can get messages from your ancestors. You can do things for your ancestors. It's both ways, not just one way. You can be very grateful. You can do yagyas and fire ceremonies, homa ceremonies for your ancestors. That will actually manifest the abundance and money. It'll help with the finances. And offer like namaste and prayers to your ancestors, literally using your hands. So that's the sign of Libra, transit of Ketu through this nakshatra of Hasta. If you haven't already watched the intro section, we have discussed a lot of remedies. And please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon so you can get the notifications. All right. So next we'll discuss the sign of Scorpio. For Scorpio, so we're discussing the transit of Ketu in the nakshatra of Hasta. Hasta nakshatra is within the sign of Virgo, right in the middle of Virgo. And this will take place from March 4th through November 10th. That's based on the mean position of the nodes. Okay, so it's a long transit over 8 months, a very powerful transit. For each sign, there are peculiar things, unique things, but watch the intro section, because there we have discussed over 10 remedies for all the 12 signs. Okay, so those are very important. And also in the intro section, we discussed how the energy of 5 planets gets activated through this transit. And also watch my other video on Jupiter's transit through the sign of Taurus. It's in the playlist on your top right. You can click and watch that video, because that is very relevant and applicable for this transit as well, especially after May 1st. So the first 2 months, March and April, Jupiter is not in trines to Ketu. So you have to be careful. There'll be some caution. I'll explain for all the signs. But after May 1st, blessings of the Guru will be there as well. So watch that video on Jupiter's transit in Taurus. And the overall, first of all, let me explain what's Hasta all about. The Shakti of Hasta is Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti. Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti. Basically, ability to get things, to gain, to achieve things that you're seeking, and place those in your hands, literally, and place those in your hands completely and immediately. Okay, so that's the powerful energy of Hasta Nakshatra. Now, the symbol of Hasta is hands, literally hands, and the deity is Savitur, the sun god. So the solar deity is connected, the lunar deity is connected, and of course, Mercury being the dispositor of Ketu is connected. See, wherever the nodes go, they activate their dispositor. So Ketu in Virgo will completely activate Mercury. So see if you're running Mercury Mahadasha and see where Mercury is placed in your chart, that will be completely activated. And so Scorpio is the eighth sign, number 8, right? So you could be Scorpio Lagna or Scorpio Rashi. Your rising sign could be Scorpio or your moon sign could be Scorpio. So what does Scorpio stand for? Scorpio is hidden wisdom. Okay, so Scorpio is a very hidden sign, and this transit is taking place in your 11th house. Okay, so in general, we're talking about Ketu, which is a very, you can say, hidden planet. It's a planet of detachment and research, and Scorpio is the sign of research. So really powerful time to do a lot of research into any areas that you're interested in. You could also do research in terms of finances, because it's the 11th house that's being activated. Ketu is the planet of intuition. Okay, so this will give you intuition how to make money, how to have financial gains. That's the 11th house. You may get messages from the past lives. Ketu is past lives. You may get messages from ancestors on how to make money, improve your finances. But you'll do all of that in a very detached manner because Ketu is the planet of detachment, and you'll do in a very spiritual manner because after May 1st, influence of Jupiter will be there as well. Now, first 2 months, careful about dealing with your friends, careful with your finances. Do not make headless mistakes, and careful with your hands, how you use your hands in communication on social media, and how you deal your finances. So that's very important the first 2 months. But otherwise, excellent time to gain financial wealth. How you do that? This transit is also a lot to do with rituals and traditional practices, skills, developing skills and traditional knowledge and wisdom, all of that. So literally, you'll be handling a lot of money during this nakshatra, during this transit. Either you could be donating money or you could be receiving money, but money will be very, very powerful and an important part throughout this transit for the sign Scorpio, because it's the 11th house that's activated. See, Scorpio is also all about hidden esoteric wisdom, right? So the Scorpio people have natural tendency to learn such things. So this is an excellent transit for that. Now, 11th house is also our friends and our desires. You will have very spiritual desires, but also at the same time, how to improve your financial situations. There'll be a balance between spirituality and material abundance. Okay, you'll expand your social network, but that social network will not be like superficial friends. There'll be very meaningful friendships, and you'll manifest all of that. And this is a good time to use the media, like social media, for helping us, for spreading spirituality, for doing things that have a deeper meaning. That's Ketu and Moon and Sun and Jupiter combined, and Mercury doing that in a very business kind of a manner. So, good time for you to explore the social media for things that matter, things that have a deeper meaning. And that could be from your professional life or from your personal life. You could be sharing advice with other people how to live better, right? But wealth creation is a big theme here because 11th house is totally activated, and Jupiter sitting in the 7th house from May 1st onwards. So this could mean that you could do this with your partner, with your spouse, with your business partner. So excellent time for doing a lot of networking, reaching out to a lot of people at a very spiritual level, and then have financial gains, manifest things in your hands in a very creative manner. That's Savitur, the deities, solar deities, Savitur. Okay, so that's the overall message, energy for the transit of Ketu in Hasta Nakshatra for the sign of Scorpio. If you haven't already, please watch the intro section first. We talked about a lot of remedies, and also please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon so you can get the notifications. Next, we'll talk about the sign of Sagittarius. We are talking about the transit of Ketu through the nakshatra of Hasta. And this is going to be from March 4th through November 10th. So it's a long transit over 8 months. Nakshatra of Hasta is planetary ruler is Moon, and the deity is Savitur, the sun god. So this is a very, very key transit. Please watch the intro section if you haven't already. We discussed over 10 remedies for this transit, specifically for Ketu in Hasta. And we also discussed the activation of 5 different planets through this transit. So very important. Also watch my video on Jupiter's transit through Taurus. That's very relevant for this transit. So watch that video as well. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon to get the notifications. So this transit, these dates are based on the mean nodes, the mean position of Rahu and Ketu. March 4th through November 10th. That's when Ketu is going to be in Hasta Nakshatra. So Hasta, the symbol is hands, literally hands, right? So the energy of this nakshatra is the Shakti. It's Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti. Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti. That means whatever you desire, you want, you are seeking, you have the ability to gain or receive or get that thing and place it in your hands, literally. So just whatever you want, you get it in your hands. So that's the nakshatra, that's the energy of this nakshatra. So first 2 months, Jupiter will still be in Aries, but starting May 1st, Jupiter will enter Taurus. At that time, it'll be trines to Ketu. It'll be trines to Ketu from Taurus. Ketu will be in Virgo, and Virgo, Mercury is exalted. So there's energy of Mercury, there's energy of Moon, because Hasta is ruled by Moon. And then the deity is Savitur, which is the sun. So sun, moon, Ketu, Jupiter, and Mercury, all of those coming together. It's a very, very spiritual transit for all the signs. So for Sagittarius, what's happening is this is going to be in your 10th house, right? So this is the time when you can handle big projects, big things, handle things skillfully with respect to your career. You will be able to handle your relationship with your superiors, with your boss, with the authorities, with the government officials. So you can do things in all those areas, and literally, good for making money. The career will be financially rewarding. So whatever work you put in now will be good for money. Money will be exchanging hands, and do a lot of things with your hands if possible. If your job is such that you do things more with your hands, the more you do, the more this nakshatra, this transit will give you the rewards. So 10th house is also public image. First 2 months, be careful until Jupiter goes to Taurus. First 2 months, the Ketu in 10th house, you may end up making some headless mistakes or maybe some blind spots. Although if you do the remedies mentioned in the intro section, it'll really bring the positive energies. But still be careful first 2 months. After that, it'll be much more spiritual energy, and why you'll get the direction from the gurus, guidance and wisdom from the gurus constantly for the rest of the transit, starting May 1st. So accomplishment of big projects, big things. You can manifest things around your career. Maybe start a new business. 10th house is also the business or higher management. You can do some rituals. You can do some traditional practices that will help your career. Maybe some yagyas at your workplace, or some like chanting some mantras as you enter your office, or if it's a home office, just when you open your computer, do some rituals, do some practices. And then also focus on incorporating some kind of wisdom or traditional knowledge into your workplace. Use your intuition a lot. This is the time for you to go deep and as I mentioned earlier. So you'll be able to handle big things or decisions about your career. And you can do that by using your intuition, not depending on anybody else. And one caution, be very, very punctual at your work, in meetings and things like that, because Savitur, the sun god, is the timekeeper. He is always punctual. So if you're late, then this will not be a good transit for you. And then also you may get some direction from past lives in your career, some guidance from your ancestors or past lives, or there may be some, all of a sudden you won't know, oh, you got this help, but you don't know where that help came from or how, right? So you'll get these sudden bursts of blessings from past lives, from esoteric world, from the other planes of existence, from other beings. Doing a lot of research in your career will be a good thing to do while Ketu is in your 10th house. Research in your current job or research for some other things, but any research related to your profession will be excellent, will be very rewarding in this, especially in during this transit when Ketu is in Hasta. This will bring financial rewards, and whatever you're seeking, you'll bring that into your own hands. Now, one thing is, do all of this with an attitude of detachment. So let's say you're working hard in your career, doing some new projects or trying to manifest things and all, financial abundance, but do all of that without getting too attached to any of it. Then it'll be very rewarding, because Ketu, if we get attached to things that Ketu touches, then unless there's a big spiritual component involved, then there's going to be obstacles or hardships. So attitude of detachment, doing a lot of research, using your brains, your mind, and using your intuition, getting messages and help and blessings from the past life, from ancestors, from other planes of existence, from other beings, all of that, and then work hard in your career, and you can create new things. It's also a good time for creativity, because Savitur is a very creative deity. So create new things in your career, manifest things, and exchange money, maybe donation with respect to work, helping people get employment or things like that would be excellent, because it's about money exchanging hands. But overall, really powerful transit with respect to your career. And it'll be an unconventional kind of a progress or unconventional time period for you, for your career, which not in a bad way, but it'll give you maybe new opportunities. You may get rid of the old way of doing things at your work, and this will be a fresh new energy, which is more about intuition, more about subconscious mind, more about going within, and more about doing wiser things, more about doing things that matter, that are not superficial or purely materialistic. So there'll be a lot of big emphasis on spiritual elements in your career. You may actually shift your career completely into a more spiritually oriented path. So those are the overall recommendations, guidelines for Sagittarius. Please watch the intro section. As I mentioned, we have discussed a lot of remedies in the intro section. And please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And so that's for the sign of Sagittarius. Next is Capricorn. Capricorn, number 10 signs, whether your Lagna is Capricorn or your Rashi is Capricorn. So this is for you. We are talking about the transit of Ketu in Hasta Nakshatra. That will take place from March 4th through November 10th. So it's a long transit. It's over 8 months. It's a major shift happening. This video is very important. It'll bring a lot of changes in different areas of your life, depending on your rising sign or the moon sign. So these dates are based on the mean nodes of Rahu and Ketu, mean position of Rahu and Ketu. And so for Capricorn, as you can see, Ketu will be in the 9th house. Ketu will be transiting through the 9th house in Virgo, ruled by Mercury. Mercury is exalted in Virgo. And Ketu will be in Hasta Nakshatra, which represents our hands. The symbol of Hasta is hands. And the deity is Savitur, solar deity. And please watch the intro section. We talked about a lot of remedies in the intro section. And the Shakti of Hasta is Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti. That means whatever you're seeking, whatever you desire, whatever you want in life, you have the power, you have the Shakti. This nakshatra provides you with that Shakti to bring it in your hands, literally. Okay, and you will do that completely and immediately almost. So this is powerful manifestation, powerful way of doing manifesting things that you desire and putting them in your hands, literally. And so there's a lot of spiritual element involved with this. We'll talk about it now. Jupiter, because Jupiter will also be trines to Ketu for starting May 1st. Until May 1st, Jupiter will be in Aries, so won't be in trines to Ketu. But after May 1st, there'll be more spiritual blessings. So first 2 months until May 1st, be cautious about your ninth house matters, because for Capricorn, Ketu will be transiting through the ninth house. So be careful dealing with your father, be careful dealing with your gurus, be careful dealing with your Sangha, and in your higher education. There may be disconnect in higher education. And there may be, some issues in the long distance travel. So be careful. You can do Ganesh mantra and all the remedies we discussed in the intro section. So first 2 months, be careful, because Ketu may, make headless mistakes or some blind spots. Okay, so some detachments. So things may shift with respect to your ninth house. You may find new gurus. You may let go of the old ones, or your sangha. You may change the people you call your sangha, which is your spiritual brothers and sisters, right? So shift may be happening, but things will stabilize after May 1st. You'll have much more guidance from the gurus, from the wise people. And so this is an excellent time to work on your higher wisdom and manifest affirmations and creating, creating something that's around wisdom, higher education, with respect to your gurus and with your father, and also long distance travel. So a lot of focus on your belief system, on religion, spirituality. Now, in a way, your luck will shine upon you. Bhagyodaya. This is the house of luck. Ninth house is your bhagya. That's your luck. So Ketu, if you are use your intuition, your luck will shine upon you. If you go within and meditate and channel, access the past lives, access the blessings of your ancestors, and do some research and stay detached. So those are all the qualities of Ketu, right? If you're detached and you're doing your proper research, going within, using your intuition and messages from the past lives or other planes of existence, then you'll make a lot of progress in your ninth house matters, which is your dharma. The ninth house is connection with the gurus and father, and sangha and higher education. So all those areas will flourish. You'll have a lot of things that will manifest. Financial gains will be there as long as you do things that we mentioned here and in the intro section. So that's the energy for the sign of Capricorn for the transit of Ketu in the nakshatra of Hasta from March 4th through November 10th. Please watch the intro section, and if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon so you get the notifications. Now, next will be sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius, number one sign, whether your Lagna is Aquarius or your moon sign is Aquarius. For Aquarius, Ketu will be transiting through your 8th house. So we're talking about Ketu's transit in Hasta Nakshatra from March 4th through November 10th. Okay, so this is a very long transit, this over 8 months, right? It's a very important, very, very big key shift, key transit, and huge shift in energy you'll feel. And so please watch the intro section before watching this section, because in intro section, we discussed more than 10 remedies for this transit. And we also discussed how five grahas, 5 planets will be activated by this transit. And also watch my other video on Jupiter's transit through Taurus. And that's very relevant for this video. Now, until May 1st, Jupiter will still be in Aries. So there'll be a lot of caution needed. We'll talk about that, some recommendations. But after May 1st, Jupiter will be trines to Ketu, so there'll be more blessings around the 8th house areas. And so the Shakti of this nakshatra, Hasta nakshatra, is Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti. Hasta Sthapaniya Agama Shakti. That means to bring things that you desire into your hands, literally. You will gain, you will be rewarded, with the fruit of your labor in your hands. You'll get the results, and you'll see the results in your hands. So ability to gain, what you're seeking, and put it in your hands, place it in your hands, literally. So 8th house matters will all be activated. 8th house is change and transformation. So you'll see probably a deep change and transformation, because Ketu, wherever Ketu goes, that is like access to the deeper wisdom around that area. And 8th house is anyway change, transformation, deep hidden secrets, all of that. So Ketu will make you go, back to your past lives. Past life regression is really wonderful. You'll be using your intuition and a lot of research, and with a detached attitude and going within. So Ketu will force you to discuss the higher wisdom, think about your purpose, your existence, your connection with the universe, other planes of existence, energy healing, hypnotherapy, psychology, all of those things. If you focus on that, and maybe learning some esoteric subjects, if you do all of that or any of that, then this transit will be very rewarding for you. 8th house is also other people's money. And this, we are talking about Virgo. Mercury is exalted here. So money is very important. You may actually gain through money from other people, or there could be sudden windfall of money. But also take care of your taxes and insurance. Don't ignore those, especially the first 2 months until May 1st. And 8th house is also the house of like hidden fears, fear of the unknown, things like that. So there may be some anxiety and things until May 1st, but once Jupiter goes to your 4th house, this will be a very spiritual transit, very, very rewarding. You'll have access to the deep portals of the universe. So it's deep secrets will be revealed to you. And also 8th house is sudden changes, maybe even chronic diseases. So take care of your health, drive carefully, especially the first 2 months until May 1st. Even after that, of course, always drive carefully, but be extra careful initially. And so whatever you desire, those things you can manifest during this transit, Ketu in Hasta now. So the idea is that you should have good desires, holistic and spiritual desires. You can manifest those easily during this transit. So that's the overall energy for Aquarius, for the Ketu's transit through Hasta Nakshatra. Watch the intro section first if you haven't already. And please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And the next one we'll see is the sign of Pisces. Pisces, number 12 sign. So Pisces Lagna or Pisces Rashi, either one. And so what we're discussing is Ketu's transit through the nakshatra of Hasta. Hasta is ruled by moon, and Hasta, the deity, is Savitur. And so there's Ketu plus moon plus sun. That energy is going on. And then starting May 1st, Jupiter will be trines to Ketu as well. So there'll be Jupiter's energy also, but not until May 1st. And so Ketu will be in a Hasta from March 4th through November 10th. That's a long transit. It's a very major shift, long transit over 8 months. And this is based on the mean position of the nodes, mean position of Rahu and Ketu. There is true position and there is mean position. And these dates are based on the mean position. Watch the intro section first if you haven't already. We discussed more than 10 remedies for this specific transit of Ketu through Hasta Nakshatra. Okay. And also watch my other video on Jupiter's transit through Taurus. That is very relevant for this transit. And so Jupiter will be in Taurus as of May 1st. Until then, Pisces rising or Pisces Rashi, be very careful with your relationships. Possibility of making headless mistakes or anger, or just ignoring things around your relationship. So that's a caution the first 2 months at least. Until May 1st, pay extra, close attention to building your relationships. And you can do lots of remedies. We mentioned in the intro section, all of those will be helpful, especially the Ketu remedies. So Ketu will be in your seventh house, right? So seventh house is one-on-one partnerships, both personal and business, right? So this is an excellent time for you to manifest things in your relationship, manifest things with your partner also together. Abundance. You both can create a lot of financial abundance, a lot of money, a lot of financial gains. If you and you can create, you can give birth to a lot of things. Creative juices are flowing right now. Ketu and Hasta is very creative. But be punctual, be on time, and show up in your relationships, right? So be there, be present, be available to your relationships. If you do that, then you can manifest a lot of things. And also, the way you want to do it is, of course, all the Ketu themes, like doing yoga nidra, going within, using your intuition in your relationship, okay? And also, you could do some rituals, some spiritual practices, some use traditional wisdom, traditional knowledge, because those are the methods of Ketu, those are the methods or qualities of Hasta as well. So, in using those methods, you can manifest a lot of things, have a lot of affirmations, uh, do things with your partner. And as long as you have a spiritual foundation, both of you have a spiritual goal, a spiritual path, a spiritual inclination, then you can really manifest abundance, a lot of money during this Ketu's transit through the Hasta Nakshatra. So that is from March 4th through November 10th. As I mentioned, the first 2 months, be extra careful in your relationships until May 1st at least. So if you haven't already watched the intro section, we discussed more than 10 remedies there. And please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. Thanks a lot for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.